catch 'em all.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this Perspective 101 video. We're going to talk about how to draw in perspective. Perspective, or one-point perspective, two-point perspective, is a style of drawing that allows you to draw the way that your eyes interpret things, okay? So, if you think about a set of railroad tracks, the two rails are parallel to each other, and they're parallel for the length of, the actual railroad. But if we were to stand near the railroad tracks, not on them because that would be dangerous, looking down them, it would look like the two rails are coming closer and closer together until they touch at a specific point. That point is very far away. It's called a vanishing point, and that vanishing point sits on what's called a horizon line. Okay, so I'm going to try to do some drawing here, and hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. And maybe I'll try to draw upside down as well. Okay, so what you're going to do to start here is you're going to draw a horizon line across, and you're going to put a vanishing point on that horizon line. Okay. If we were going to draw something like, well, you know what? Let's do the railroad tracks real quick. So basically, you have these two rails that are getting closer and closer together until they touch this vanishing point. Vanishing point. We'll call this vanishing point. This is horizon. The slats of the actual railroad track are going to get closer and closer together, and they're going to get smaller and smaller as they get further back. So let's just say in this drawing, and this is not specific, but let's just say this was an inch. The next one would be maybe like 3/4 of an inch, and then it would be like a 1/2 inch, and it would just get closer and closer together until it gets back here where you can't really see much. And that would be basically what railroad tracks look like. Okay. If I was going to have 2 points of perspective, then I would have 2 vanishing points, and that would be a drawing that would utilize both vanishing points, where things, instead of drawing just the front edge of it, would draw to both directions, right? But I don't want to draw that yet. I'm going to stick with 1-point perspective, okay? And also there's 3-point perspective and so on, all right? So what you're going to do for your assignment is you're going to draw a horizon line. You're going to put a vanishing point in the center, and you're going to start drawing boxes, okay? So a box, we're going to make cubes, but it starts with a box. You're always going to draw the front face first, okay? So the front face of a square or a cube is going to be just a square, and we're going to call that F for front, okay? The next thing you're going to do is you're going to take all 4 corners of that front shape, and you're going to draw it towards the vanishing point. So you can use a straight edge for this. I'm just going to wing it because I'm using a marker. If the corner, when you go to draw it, hits its own shape, you don't draw it. Okay, so this one is almost done already. The last thing we would need to do is just put the back line in. And then you would erase this and you would erase that. This would be the top. So if this line is straight left to right, then this line will be straight left to right in the back. So let's do another one. I'm going to start with the front face. Okay, making sure it's on the camera. I'm going to check all 4 corners. This one will draw. This one will draw. This one will draw. But this one will not, because it's going to hit itself. So you don't draw it. In this is the front, and this is going to be the right side, and this is going to be the top. But we have to decide where the object actually ends. Think about like a bench or something like that. How long is it going to go before we have the back lines? This is confusing to a lot of people, but you have to pay attention to these lines. This line is going directly left to right, and this one is going directly up and down, which means that back here, it's going to go directly left to right, parallel, right? So if I was going to continue this, it's parallel to the other one, and then as it hits that point, this is going to go straight down. And then those are parallel to each other. This is the top, this is the right. So that one's done. These lines that you're drawing back are called orthogonals. Okay, you don't need to remember that, but those are just the lines that are going back. You want to draw those light because in your drawing you're going to end up erasing the extra. So you'll end up with just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, Now, this point, this vanishing point is, and the horizon line is your eye level. So it's basically how tall you're standing or where you're looking at this object. If these objects are below the horizon line, then you're going to see the top of them. Just like if you were standing up and you had a TV that was on the ground, you would see the top of the TV from where you are because you're taller than it. If it was above the horizon line, you would see the bottom of it. If it's on the horizon line, you're just going to see the middle of it. Okay? So I'm going to flip another page here. Your assignment, okay, and I know I already said this, but this is the best way to set it up. You're going to do a horizon line right in the middle, and you're going to do a vanishing point right in the center. And you're going to draw, let's think, 1, 2, 3, 9 boxes, okay? You're going to go 1, you know what, let me draw them, and then I'll show you what they look like. So this is 9 boxes total, okay? But you're going to use the same vanishing point for all of them. The middle one is already done because I can't draw these corners without it hitting itself. If I was going to do an interior drawing, I could draw them. And I could put like back walls and it would look like a room. Okay? But that one's just already done, so don't even worry about that one. These are going to be similar to what we just did. They're coming up towards this vanishing point. 1, 2, 3. This one doesn't draw. Draw your back lines. They stay parallel. And then label it. Front, top, right side. If it's right below the actual vanishing point, then you're only going to have 2 because this would hit itself and that would hit itself. Draw the back line. If you only have 1 space of the orthogonal, you're only going to have 1 line for the back here. Front, top. This one is the opposite of the one we did first. Back lines, stay parallel. See if I can make sure that's on camera. Top. Hopefully I'm doing this correctly upside down. This is going to be the left, and that's going to be, whoops, sorry, I didn't mean that was the top, that's the front. Front, top, left. The ones that are off to the side are the same as what's down and up and to the other side. 2 points. Don't worry about the horizon line, pretend it's not there. This line is straight up and down, so this one has to be straight up and down. This is going to be a front. This is going to be a left side. Same thing over here. This is drawn in. This is going to be your back line because this is a back line here. And we're just saying how far is that object going to go before it ends. So if I put the lines further back, let's go over to this one. If I do like this, way back here, then the object looks like it goes deeper. And this is going to be a front and whatever, just label them all, okay? So your assignment, do all 9 of them, all right? I need to see all 9, I need to see them labeled, and I want to see these lines as clean. Don't draw them freehand like I am, use a straight edge, and erase the extra orthogonals. So I would erase this, this, and this. I don't want to have this big mess in the middle. Okay? That's Perspective 101. This is drawing cubes, and we'll move forward from this point with a new video most likely tomorrow. Alright? Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in class. Later.
Gotta catch 'em all.